We would like to welcome all of you here to our graduation exercise tonight. We'd also like to remind the audience that we consider this a solemn occasion, and we expect that all of our graduates and the adults will enjoy themselves as well as be proud of what their accomplishments have been. Would you please rise as this portion of the class we gather tonight to honor the graduating class of 1993. We welcome all of you guests, parents, special guests to our ceremonies. We hope that you are just as proud of these students as we are, and we hope that we can improve our academic standards at Pittsburgh High School, that we can push these students out into the cold, cruel world so that they can be more successful, and hopefully that some of those students will become teachers and teach the future for us. It's a distinct pleasure that I introduce the platform to you tonight. These people that I'm going to introduce to you have a very definite part in our school system here at Pittsburgh. Very professional and just good old folks. From my right, and if you will please hold your applause until the end of the introductions, Mr. Ed Kendall, our Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Frankie Buck King, President of the School Board. Mr. Charles Johns, Vice President of the School Board. Dr. Mary McKinney, Secretary of the Board. Mr. Johnny Nickerson, Member of the Board. Mr. Hugh McElroy, which we'll give you a better introduction later. Mr. George French, Board Member. Mr. Charles Buddy Jones, Board Member. Dr. Dan Kincaid, Board Member. And Ms. Robbie Sell, Parent. Thank you. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the Pirate Band for performing their music selections tonight. We really appreciate any and all activities that students will come in after the fact. Mr. Rose, thank you very much. At this time, I would like to introduce to you Ms. Kelly McNutt, who will bring our special music and will be accompanied by Mr. Ross Free.
Strong.
At this time, I'd like to introduce to you our salutatorian, Ms. Karen Elizabeth Self. Karen. Karen has a grade point average of 96.3.
Friends, administrators, and seniors, I would like to thank you for coming to the 1993 graduation ceremony at Pittsburgh High School. If one were to look at the dictionary, one would find that the word commencement is defined as a beginning. But for each and every graduating senior here tonight, commencement is something more, much more. For us, commencement is not only beginning of a very real, very new life, but also the end of everything we look forward to and worked for. For the past 12 years, we've wanted to graduate, to be a senior, and to participate in all the banquets, parties, and activities that a graduating senior is involved in. And it seems that in just a few moments, it's all come and gone, to come to this final ending, this end of the road. It seems unnatural that from this point on, we will no longer grace these walls of Pittsburgh High School with our presence. Tonight is probably the last time we will all be together as a group, as a graduating class of 1993. For after this hour, as graduates, we will all move forward and go our separate ways. Some of the friendships that have been formed will last forever, while others, though not over, will lie stagnant. Each of us will meet new people, go to new places, and do new things. Our paths will cross again, say in a year, maybe 5 at the reunion, but it will not be the same. We will look back and remember the last 4 years with pride. We'll recite to our children all of our successes and failures, and tell them how things used to be. The good old days is what we'll call our high school years, and we'll treasure the memories we've collected. Same as we'll treasure the memories we've made. We'll always be friends till the day we die. We'll go our separate ways, but we'll always think of one another. We'll be separated, but we'll be close. We're a special class. We're unique. There will always be a special place in our hearts for our classmates, because not only are we just classmates, but we're friends. We love one another and care what happens to each other. Most of us have been together from the start. We've grown up together and we've grown closer. In the past, we've made our class stand out together as a group. Now it's time for us as individuals to make our accomplishments stand out on their own merit, to make ourselves known. After this hour, we will no longer be students of Pittsburgh High School, but alumni. And although commencement may be viewed as the end of the road for our high school career, it is also the beginning of a whole new, wonderful world of opportunities, risks, and adventures. Some of us will leave tonight, and after a brief period, start back to school in the fall, while others will be entering the service in a couple of weeks. Even still, some will join the workforce right away. In this diversified group, new walks of life will emerge and begin anew, a new beginning. We've all been trained and we know right from wrong. From this point on, we'll be viewed as intelligent, responsible adults. We'll be expected to live up to those standards or otherwise suffer consequences. Each of us has been given an opportunity to excel in life. Whether or not we use this opportunity can only be determined by who we are and what we do. It's up to us to raise our standard of living. Whether we succeed or fail will be determined by the work we do, the effort we put into that work, and where our priorities lie. In essence, the groundwork has been laid. It's now up to us to build on it, to make our parents, friends, and teachers proud. Even though it's hard, it's time to say goodbye. It's time to thank our friends for making happiness a much easier choice, and to thank our teachers for putting up with us for all these years and not giving up on us when we went astray. Lastly, and most importantly, we must remember our parents who brought us into the world, who nourished us in love, and who encouraged us to be the best we could be. We love you and thank all you've done for us. Thank you.
I'd like to ask Mrs. Self, Karen's mother, to come up. Robbie, we'd like to present you with a copy of Karen's diploma. You graduated as well. Our next honored graduate is our valedictorian, Cameron Ross French. Ross. Ross has a 97.2 average.
Valedictory is defined as an address or statement of farewell or leave-taking, and as we all know, we're bidding farewell to our school, teachers, many of our friends, and some of us even our families. I'd rather think of this time, however, not as a farewell, but as a beginning, the beginning of our future. There is a world out there just waiting for us to make a difference, and we can make a difference, whether it be here in Pittsburgh or even in some foreign land. If we each and every one of us will strive to make a positive contribution to society, no matter how insignificant it may seem to us, we'll make that difference. There are endless opportunities at our disposal if we would just take advantage of them. Every one of us is good at something, and if we want it bad enough, we can be anything we want to be. I know it is an old cliche, but one of us could even be president of this country, but we all must have a goal. There are a few factors necessary for us to achieve this goal. First, there is the ability to identify our goal. Identification is important because it gives us the ability to create our own level of standards to meet. Secondly, we must decide how to reach our identified goal. We might come to the realization that a sacrifice must be made. Yet regardless of the loss, we must remember that a gain will be obtained. Third, we must put our ideas to work and get what we're after. As soon as that goal comes into view, just reach out and grab it, and don't let go. You'd be surprised where it may lead you. In fact, the truth be known, many achievements are just a continuation of a small earlier dream. Finally, upon your achievements, many people go so far in life and finally just quit, and that is a tragedy. They fail to realize that they can do so much more if they would just try. My challenge to you is that you set standards and set them very high, and as you accomplish something, go for something higher. The only limit to your success is the limit you place on yourself. And finally, don't be afraid of failure. Failure is just an example God gives us of how not to achieve it.
I'd like to ask Mr. Fritz to come up. Prince, this is also your graduation diploma. You can share it with your wife. You have also graduated. Would Miss Wendy Lee please come forward to have another special music?
I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfilled my need. A lonely place to be, and so I
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm deviating just a minute, and I know my wife's saying, Harold, shut up. But you don't know what talent you have in this student body. We have 103 seniors here that just knock us dead every day of the week, give us gray hair, and I guarantee you they're the best 103 kids that you could possibly put on this field. And we're very proud of you. All I need to say is Reba McIntyre and Whitney Houston better look out, because we got two that don't replace you. It is a distinct pleasure to introduce our guest speaker tonight. I told him I wasn't going to do this, but I have a feeling he's going to pay me back. Mr. Hugh McElroy was born in Houston, Texas in 1971 and is a graduate of Texas A&M University with a bachelor's degree in industrial technology. He is currently the Associate Director of Human Resources at A&M. He is also the graduate of 1988 of the Leadership Academy in Houston. He is most widely known for being the first black to start for the Fighting Texas Aggie football team. His ability as a kick returner earned him honorable mention on all 1970 Southwest. He's married with 2 daughters and 1 grandchild. Very, very distinct honor to introduce this man to you. Welcome him to Pittsburgh, a man that came from the city just east of Austin, Texas, Mr. Hugh McElroy.
Mr. Hines, I have to say beyond a shadow of a doubt, that is absolutely the second best introduction I've ever had. About 2 years ago, I was speaking to a group in Houston. The lady that was supposed to introduce me didn't show up, and I got to introduce myself. Distinguished platform guests, A students, B students, C students, D students, and friends. It is a distinct honor for me to be here in Pittsburgh today, to come out and speak to you at your commencement exercise. When I was telling people back at A&M that I was coming to Pittsburgh, they immediately wanted to know why was I coming to Pittsburgh and what was my tie here. I think the way I got, I want to say discovered, but some people have discovered, others have found out. I had the fortune of filling in at a speech in College Station for a speaker who couldn't make it. That speaker was Coach Tony Maroney of the basketball team. The gentleman who had pulled that together asked me if I'd stand in for him. And at that particular speech, I got to meet your school superintendent, Mr. Kendall. And he asked a little bit later through Mr. Hines if I'd come up and speak to your graduating class. And again, it's a privilege for me to be here. The other tie I have with Pittsburgh is that I actually went to A&M with a young man at that time from Pittsburgh, Melvin Durley. Melvin is now an aeronautical engineer in California, if I'm not mistaken. And as I was introduced to some of the members of the platform this evening, I find out with all the Aggies on the board, I think I have another tie to Pittsburgh. You know, I get a lot of opportunities to speak, and I've spoken to a lot of different groups, all ages. I have to confess to you that this is my first commencement speech. And I think it's human nature whenever someone bestows that honor on you that you go back and you think, well, what happened at my high school graduation? And I thought, no, I don't want to do that. We always want to say something so profound, and we want to sound so intelligent, and we want to sound so smart. And 2 weeks later, nobody knows who you are, what you talked about. In fact, I think it was at that time that I realized that commencement speakers are about like the prize in a box of Crockett Jacks. You feel cheated if you don't get one, but once you get it, you don't know what the big deal is all about. I have to confess to you that, and I confess and apologize especially to the graduating seniors. When I heard the theme, End of the Road, the first thing I thought about was Boys to Men, right? And then I called up and they said, no, that's not it. And then I got real negative. I really did. I said, geez, that's kind of morbid. You know, you're going through high school and at the end of the road. And I talked to some of the people in the department, and we just couldn't put it together. And we were really just at odds in. And then I thought, wait a minute, I'm the one that's being negative. I had to look at it a different way. There's nothing negative about being at the end of the road. And I would offer that as encouragement to all of you. If we see something, we hear something that sounds foreign to us, or doesn't sound right, that doesn't make it wrong. We just have to find another way to look at it. And I'm sure that the seniors, based on the speeches I've heard so far, had a completely different way of looking at the end of the road, and a very positive way of looking at it. Fortunately, that ton of bricks landed on me before I finished writing my speech. It is the end of the road. It's not the end of the journey, but the end of the road, yes. And that road is a one-way street. You can't turn back. No matter how bad you'd like to go back and go through K through 12 all over again, you can't do it. And based on the troubles I have with my 10-year-old, trying to help her with her homework, you may not do as good the second time around as you did the first. I want to talk a little bit about decision making, because you are at the end of that road. Now you have to make some decisions. You have to decide what it is you want to do with your life, where you want to go, and how you want to get there. And just like if you were on a road, taking a trip in a vehicle, you have to get out your map. You have to decide where it is you want to end up. You look at the map and see what's the best route to get there. I'm not going to tell you that if you go to the left, you're going to fall off the end of the world. If you go to the right, something grandiose is going to happen to you. I'm going to say that you have to decide where you want to go. You decide what's going to be successful for you. And then you follow that trail. You follow that path. You follow that map that's going to get you where you want to be. It's decision-making time. It's the end of the road, yes. End of the journey, no. You know, I have to tell you that when I started putting this thing together, I knew that I didn't want to stand up here a long time. I know you don't want to hear me a long time. And I thought about something that I tell my preacher in Houston. Every now and then he gets long-winded, and I'm sure you don't have any ministers here like that. Every now and then we have to pull him over to the side and remind him of the 3 rules of public speaking. Number 1, stand up to be seen. 2, speak up to be heard. 3, sit down to be appreciated. So in closing, I'd like to reference 2 books by one of my favorite authors, Robert Fulghum. Mr. Fulghum writes books that are a collection of short stories and anecdotes. The first book is entitled, It Was on Fire When I Laid Down on It. That's a weird topic. It gets its name from the first story in the book, and it goes something like this. I was a small community, and the volunteer fire department got an alarm. And they drove across town, and when they got to the site of the fire, smoke was billowing out of the windows. They ran in. They got the gentleman out. Once they made sure he was going to be okay, they said, what happened? He said, I don't know. It was on fire when I laid down on it. And I pondered that, and it took me quite some time to figure out what it meant. And what it means to me is this. If we just step back sometime and really contemplate the consequence of our actions, a lot of those things we probably wouldn't do. So as you plot your path, as you decide which way you want to go, that you've come to that, now that you've come to the end of this road, think through it. Think what the consequences might be if you take the road you're thinking about, or if you don't take another. The other book I'd like to tell you about, and I say this to you and I apologize, because actually you spent the last 12 years in waste. And I apologize for that. The second book, Everything I Needed to Know, I learned in kindergarten. I'd like to share this with you. There's a passage, if you don't mind. It says, all I really need to know about how to live and what to do and how to be, I learned in kindergarten. Wisdom was not at the top of the graduate school mountain, but there in the sand pile at Sunday school. These are the things I learned. Share everything, play fair, don't hit people, put things back where you found them, clean up your own mess, don't take things that aren't yours, say you're sorry when you hurt somebody, wash your hands before you eat, flush, warm cookies and cold milk are good for you, live a balanced life, learn some and think some and draw and paint and sing and dance and play and work every day some, take a nap every afternoon. When you go out into the world, watch for the traffic, hold hands, and stick together. Be aware of wonder. Remember the little seed in the styrofoam cup? The roots goes down and the plant goes up. And nobody really knows how or why, but we're all like that. Goldfish and hamsters and white mice and even the little seed in the styrofoam cup, they all die, and so do we. And remember the Dick and Jane books and the first word you learn, the biggest word of all, look. Everything you need to know is in there somewhere. The golden rule in love and basic sanitation, ecology and politics and equality and sane living. Take any one of those items and extrapolate it into sophisticated adult terms and apply it to your family life or your work or your government or your world, and it holds true, clear, and firm. Think what a better world it would be if we all, the whole world, had cookies and milk about 3 o'clock every afternoon, then laid down on our blankets to take a nap. Or if all governments had a basic policy to always put things back where they found them and clean up after their own mess. And it is still true, no matter how old you are, when you go out into the world, it is best to hold hands and stick together. To the 103 graduates and to the community at large, from the youngest to the oldest, from the darkest to the fairest, I encourage you, stick together, hold hands, and look out for one another. Thank you.
Mr. Kendall, Mr. King, members of the board, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to certify these students as candidates for graduate of the 1993 class. These students have met the minimum requirements for local graduation. At this time, I'd like to ask the members of the board to prepare for the issue of the certifications. Mr. Hill, we'll give out our diplomas.
Our first graduate is Cameron Ross French, valedictorian. Karen Elizabeth Self, salutatorian. Kelly Ann McNutt, honor graduate. Coy Johnson, honor graduate. Ricky Don King, honor graduate. Melissa Diane Saunders, honor graduate. Mindy Gail Law, honor graduate. Wendy Chris Fuller, honor graduate. Portia Luana Tyson. Wendy Femi Marie Lee. Lindy Annette Craig. Eric Zane Abels. Victor Lamar Allen. Mindy Lauren Barrett. Ricky Dean Bass. Jennifer Louise Brockman. Nancy Elizabeth Brooks. Amy Jo Bynum. Leslie Carol Carpenter. Thomas Michael Clark, Jr. Jennifer Ann Cunningham. David Ryan Davis. Tracy Lavon Davis. Samuel Edward Eller. Kevin Lamont Farmer. Tamara Rochelle Fincher. Gary Allen Foreman. Dr. McKinney. Kristen Suzanne Freelove. Regina Jo Gardner. Gregory Don Gaston. Kimberly Denise Glover. David Jason Green. Lonnie Jim Green. Stephen Lee Green. David Ray Grubaugh. Laurent William Hollenquist. Natasha Deshawn Hammonds. Cynthia K. Harrison. Amy Renee Henderson. Kathy Ann Higginbotham. Ryan Lee Hodges. Braden Michael Hooper. Tamika Nicole Hughes. Serena Renee Inman. Gary Lynn Ivory. Reginald Renard Ivory. Jesse Brent Jackson. Tia Roche Ivory. Jacqueline Larnay James. Glenn Terrain Johnson. Mary Ann Johnson.
Mary Margaret Johnson. Brandy Michelle Jones. Freddie Lee Jones. Michael Stephen Jones. Stephen Claiborne Julian. Michael Sean Kennington. Randall David Lane Jr. Julian Chat Lane. Mark Cullen McElmurray. Todd Christopher McElmurray. Kelly Jo McMahon. Stephen Dwayne McNeil. Carrie Ann McPeak. Josie Elizabeth Miller. Tammy Renee Mitchell. Benjamin Lee Morris. Anthony Mosley. Roderick Markeith Now. Dustin Todd Owens. Juana Kimberly Pearson. Amy Catherine Peake. Karen Rose Phillips. Tommy Glenn Price. Robert Allen Ramsey. John Wesley Richardson. Hector Rodriguez. Brian Lee Rogers. Julie Ralston. Bradford Anthony Rowe. Connie Marie Short. Brian R. Smith. Chad Allen Smith. Jody Donnell Smith. Tina Yvonne Smith. Trina Laverne Smith. Anna Christine Spencer. Brad Christopher Stansberry. Jonathan Matthew Stewart. Marcus Lynn Strew. Frederick Odell Thompson. Stephen Bryant Thornton. Barry Glenn Tucker.
Take it with pride, Barry!
Amy Nicole Turrentine. Christopher Brian Vaught. Sonia Wavette Walker. Demetra Gwynese Waters. Trevor James Worth. Robin Williams. Michael Lee Wilson. Todd Wayne Wood. Lanita Deshawn Wright.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise? Graduates, would you please rise for our school song? It's my pleasure to introduce to you Mr. Todd Woods, Class President of 1993.
We appreciate all y'all coming out here today. 1993 senior graduates. Please move it to right.
Taking us 4 years and 1 hour and 5 minutes. Cheats dodged right and left, and he still hadn't got it. As Lindy Craig comes to the podium, I want to take one last opportunity to express to the graduating class our sincere best wishes to you. You've come a long way, baby. You got a long way to go. We wish you the very best of luck. To you, Mom and Dad, Grandma, Grandpa, friends, relatives, and all you graduates, you've raised them well. Be proud of them. Those of you that still have children in our schools, we need your help. We need your support. Good Lord willing, we'll be out here again next year with a bigger class. Thank you for coming. Now our benediction given by Miss Lindy Annette Craig.
Please bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, please bless my fellow classmates and I as we finish this time. Amen. I love you, Mom and Dad.
Graduates, if you will prepare for the recessional, ladies and gentlemen, if you'll remain standing as the graduates do proceed out. Thank you.